everybody, and welcome back to Periwinkle Hills, and welcome to my second video on this channel. We are back at Periwinkle Hills for all the people who saw my first video, and today we'll have a more intensive look into the different areas, into the queue lines. Yeah. The video will not include any on-rides. If you want to see that, check out my last video. We'll just do an on-ride on our coaster that I have left out in the last video. So yeah, right here we are at the parking lot of Periwinkle Hills, and we can see our RMC going up to the lift hill and into the first drop right there, which looks pretty epic from far away. Yeah, it's all custom supports, as you can see. So it's going down, and you can see it from the parking lot right there. And as I told you, we do have pretty big and decent parking lot. I did not fit in any cars because of the performance, so yeah, don't wonder why it's completely empty. We do have a little logistics building right there, besides the our ship. Yeah, so our guests are coming inside the park from there, and we do have a little area to walk into the park. And there's an autosave going on with a lot of trash actually. So yeah, let's jump right in and go into the park. As you can see, I filled the park with guests as well, so it's a bit more, it feels a bit more live. So yeah. Right over there we do have the entrance for the parking lot where the cars come in. Yeah, it's pretty small. The park wasn't planned to be that big actually, but yeah. So right here to the left we do have our entrance area. I gotta admit, it's a bit inspired by Europa Park, so yeah, I cannot deny that. We do have all the different languages greeting us and welcoming us to the park. We have a little clip shot, water, yeah, shop right there. So yeah, that's our first area. As we come into the park, we have some theme maker toolkit items right there. The seller is selling our tickets. Also, you can check your size if you don't know how big your child is or anything, and you don't know what rides the child can ride. And of course, especially it was planned to be like the park has different prices for different sizes of people because they cannot ride everything, obviously. Yeah, it also had some custom signs and custom pricing overviews right here, but I lost them, which is a bit sad. But I like to create some of this stuff as well. Right here you can pay for your parking tickets, and there's an entrance to our background area right there, which would actually not make any sense because the vehicles cannot drive out or inside the park. So yeah, but we'll ignore that for now. On the left side is pretty much nothing. Yeah, so let's jump in. And we are in our first area. We are in Paris right here. For the people who saw the first video, you guys know the area already. And it was quite a lot of work actually to do, because the buildings are not super detailed, but they take a lot of time to build, so yeah. We do also have a small room for lockers right here, so people can drop their stuff right there. Lockers are usually right at the entrance of the park, so if you have a big bag and you don't want to carry it all along the way, you can drop your bag just right at the exit. So yeah, there's a chain link carousel, which fits in perfectly, I think. Yeah, it's beautiful to watch. You can sit right in the area. People are not really, well, for children it's okay. The height of the walkway down there. Yeah. So I fitted a park with the safety information boards. It's also a toolkit item, and I like it pretty much. It's cool. So that's our first ride. It doesn't actually have a name. Let me quickly change to night for this ride, because the queue line should obviously be dark. We'll have that in Planet Coaster 2, as I'm pretty hyped to build some queue lines, and I'm pretty hyped to build a dark ride, actually, which will probably be one of the first things we're doing in our Planet Coaster 2 series. So yeah, we do have a small ride, but it's a little queue in there. Let's just jump the queue. Yeah, it's not that special, but it's quite cool. So if we go inside here, we do have our ride area. Yeah, we do have 3 parts. I told you that in the last video as well. We do have like this part. I don't actually know what it is. It's just random theming pretty much. So yeah, we do have a ride operator standing there, and everything, yeah, themed a little bit. It's not super high theming. This one should be the Moulin Rouge. So yeah, it's a Paris theming, and as you can see, the park does not work that good with guests inside. It's not planned to be perfectly with guests, so yeah. As well, you can see the area by night. It's not super special, but it looks quite cool as well. But let's switch back to daylight again. So we have our chain carousel right there, which doesn't have a special queue. It's just a standard queue line with roofing on top. Oh, it's getting a bit full right here. This actually is an area which yeah, is a bit of a problem, because the queue line for the freefall tower is not long enough, and it's not themed. The plan was to theme it as well, but yeah, I never really did that. So right here we have our freefall tower, where you could probably chop your arms and legs off, but yeah, we'll ignore that as well. We do also have a ride operator inside here. Yeah, this area is actually a bit sad, because I had all the stuff inside here themed already, and then I had a crash of the game, so I lost actually the interior of this area. But it's okay, I kind of recovered it. And yeah, so that's our freefall tower. It's pretty epic from down here. And yeah, I'll not ride the freefall tower for this video, because it's not super special. It's just a drop tower. So yeah, we'll just head to our yeah, almost to our second area. We'll just check out these few buildings here, because I quite like them, and this one here is probably my favorite of the Paris area, because it's inspired of the yeah, cafes or restaurants in Paris, and it looks quite cool. You have got a beautiful seating area outside, and you can get in. The shops are actually working, as you can see. We'll also have a inside area for eating, and yeah, that's it. But I like the building from outside. The plan is on my next park series to yeah, get the interiors of the buildings a bit more realistic, because it's not super themed inside. It's just a standard theming with some theme makers toolkit items, and yeah, it's not super themed inside there, but I will change that. We'll do a super realistic series. I'm trying my best with being realistic in the next park series in Planet Coaster 2, which is exactly a week from now on. So I'm really eager to get this video out before Planet Coaster 2 comes out. Yeah, to show you this park. We do have our train station here, and the idea, I think it's pretty cool. The idea was actually to build like yeah, a little Orient Express which goes all along through the park, and obviously the first stop is the Orient, so yeah, it's the Orient Express. It's also quite a nice building, which does not look like all the buildings right there, and that's the train station. It's not themed, as you can see. But I do like this building quite a lot. It's nice, it's different from the others, so yeah, that's it. The trains are not working because obviously we haven't got all the train stations ready, but that was the original idea. So this here is the entrance to the Orient. I thought about putting some signs on there that the guests can see that they're going to the Orient, but I tried it in the Mexican area and I didn't quite like it, so I just left it, and people can look at the park maps or they know where the areas are, and it's not too difficult to navigate through the park because it's pretty easy. You can see the signs right here for our coasters and for our rides. So let's go to the Orient, and it's pretty packed right here. So here we are. Oh, it looks pretty epic from down there. I mean, that's amazing to go into the park and to go into the Oriental area, and you just see the huge drop of our coaster, of our RMC, and it's going down right there. Oh, hello. So yeah, I tried something new, and I've never built some buildings like that before, which was a bit interesting, but I think that the standard pieces that Planet Coaster delivers to us are pretty decent actually, and you can build some quite good buildings with the pieces. As you can see, it's not an overcomplicated building, it just consists of a few parts, so yeah, but it looks quite cool from here. That's it. And I do like the pieces from the African building quite a lot. So our ride broke down because it has like a little special effect when the ride comes out, and the original idea was to make it like a little gin themed ride. That's also the reason I decided for the greenish or bluish color on the ride, and it looks pretty cool. I like the color a lot, and you can see the color throughout all of the area actually. So you can see right there at our tower, and the whole area is like with this color. So yeah, it doesn't really have a story yet. It will probably not get a story in a week until Planet Coaster 2 comes out, but yeah, that was the original idea. So yeah, it has a huge lift hill. I don't actually know how high the coaster is, but yeah, right here we are on a little terrace to overlook the start of the coaster, which is quite cool to chill, maybe for people who do not want to ride this one. Yeah, but it's cool, and you really get a good overview over the whole starting area and over the guests who dare to ride our coaster. So we'll just continue. I will check the queue line out after the ride is repaired, because yeah, that's a bit... oh, it looks like... no, it's not going again. Yeah, right here we do have a little restaurant, which is pretty chill, especially if you sit around here. You really get a relaxed area, and it's a bit away from all the other areas, so it's not that busy right here, and you can get some food, grab some food, and there's also the inside area of our restaurant. So let's continue down here. That's an area that you didn't really see in our cinematics video. Yeah, right here the idea was to make some shops, but it didn't really work out. I'm not that happy with them. Yeah, so here starts our unfinished area actually, but I also quite like it. It's the second train station. And our train just rides along the way right there. We do have another top spin I think the steampunk theming fits in. It's okay, it's not that bad. And we do have a boat ride, which is not at all complete, but it looks pretty cool, and I especially like the station building right here, because it's, yeah, it just looks great, I think. So our queue area for the boat ride starts here. It's not themed as well. We'll just go through it anyway. We'll go up here, and you can see our first drop of the RMC right there, and you will just get all the way down here, overlooking the lake of our boat ride, and you will be here. So yeah, that's our boat ride. It was planned to get a little dark ride section as well. Yeah, never really got it, but it was quite cool to have a boat ride in the park, because I was not building or using the boat rides a lot in, yeah, some other parks, so I really enjoyed building that one. Yeah. So that's already it of our Oriental area. We do not have that much rides over here. We are going to check out the queue area for this RMC as well, but we'll switch to nighttime for that, because it has quite a long queue, and I do like the queue actually. It's quite cool. So we are going through a little buildings. Of course, it could be a little bit more themed. I'll just skip that, and it's not working as well, as you can see, sadly. And we'll just go all the way around the area. You can look outside. And yeah, it's a bit dark there. We'll come into that area where our RMC passes by. I don't know if there's one coming. Doesn't look like it. And you can always look at our huge lift hill and our huge first drop. That's pretty cool. So yeah, if we continue, we'll come into some caves and into a city actually. That was the original idea, to build a little city where our guests will pass by. And right there we have our mineshaft, or a little cave again. Obviously the queue is now pretty empty because it was broken down. And yeah, you'll come to another waiting area. So you can see it's pretty long. Our queue line. We'll just skip that for now, and we'll join back to the coaster. We'll have to climb a last stairs, and there we are. That's our coaster station, which is empty. And look at the lights. The lights are looking absolutely beautiful. Yeah, so I like the station as well. All of these red lights right there, the red lights, oh, you can see it now, they will turn, so it's haunted, and that was the original idea. Oh, look at it, it's beautiful. Especially at night. I mean, this area, the Oriental area, is absolutely beautiful at night, so yeah. Yeah, let's just exit our coaster station again. We'll leave the coaster right here. Our guests are actually using our platform, that's great. And yeah, it's becoming pretty crowded right now because the coaster is open again. Okay. Which is also quite an epic view is our yeah, our Intamin multi-launch coaster right there. We can see the top hat. Oh, it's coming. That looks great. From all the area, you really want to ride this one if you can see it from here, but it's quite a long way actually to go there because the coaster is pretty big. You will see that in a minute, but we'll look at our Mexican area first. So we're going all the way down there. So the park and the themed areas are, yeah, quite a lot dead ends for now. The areas are not connected with each other, so yeah. This right here is the entrance to yeah, our Mexican area, and I do really like it. The Mexican area was the first area I built. I mean, obviously I started with the entrance and a few buildings in the Paris area, but it took quite a long time, and yeah, when you build like 20 of these buildings, you get tired pretty fast, so I did have to build something new right there, and that's our Mexican area. Also, these buildings are pretty simple, as you can see. They're built with some standard pieces. It's not super complicated buildings. It's pretty easy, but it looks quite decent, and it doesn't always have to be super detailed or super complicated to look good. And that's a perfect example for that, I think. And we do have a little, just a memento right here. I can get in and buy some stuff. It's like a little gift shop, but yeah, it's not super detailed inside as well. So yeah, right there we can see our first ride, our dive coaster, Ogu, and it looks really epic. I mean, I really wished we have the smaller one, the small dive coaster, such as Baron in Efteling. Or yeah, the ones we know actually from Europe, but we only have the big one, and I'm pretty sad that we probably don't get the small dive coaster in Planet Coaster 2 as well, but maybe we'll get a little surprise, who knows. But yeah, for now we just saw the big dive coaster. Sadly, would love to see the smaller one. So let's wait for this autosave, and let's jump right into this area, which is not that crowded. I mean, yeah, it's pretty small. You get a little shop right here. It's our smallest restaurant. You can get a burrito or anything like that and just sit here and relax. I mean, it's not as beautiful to sit there as in the other restaurants, but it's quite cool. So yeah, this one is like, looks like a little more pirate area, but I think it fits into the Mexican theming as well. And yeah, that looks quite cool. We do have a small queue area for that one as well, which goes around here, goes up, and that's it. So let's leave that for now. And we do have a pretty decent view on our dive coaster right there, which is pretty epic as well. So yeah, let's go and continue to our dive coaster queue. So it is planned to start right here, so you go all around that way. It's a little extended queue, and you can start queuing up as well, because obviously it would not work if I closed that down. This one should display the waiting times. It's not there. And yeah, we'll just have a little tour through the jungle. We'll also have these safety nets if some objects fall down from the coaster. And that's our waiting area, which goes, yeah, beneath the coaster all the way up to the station. So let's continue. And right there, which is pretty cool, I think. Yeah, I'm just seeing that we should have actually extended the safety net a little bit, because there are people standing as well. But yeah, it's Planet Coaster. I told you it's not super realistic. So yeah, right there we are crossing a little bridge to the other side, because this coaster is playing a little bit with the terrain. I'm not super happy, and I'm not super talented with building terrain for the park. So yeah, it's sadly the park is a little flat area actually. I'm not super happy about that, and I want to change that. We'll definitely build our terrain first for our next park, which I have planned out yet. So yeah, keep tuned for that. I'm pretty hyped for our first Flying Coaster 2 park series. But yeah, that's all with our terrain in the whole park. The rest of the park is actually a completely flat area, which is not perfect, I know. But yeah, it's better than nothing. So yeah, we're going over a little bridge right there, which is crowded. And we'll just continue over here. Our dive coaster is going down. I mean, that's also a thing that I wish is fixed. The dive coaster is going pretty fast over the edge right there. And let's wait for it. And there it goes. Into the ground. And around there. Which is awesome. So you can watch the dive coaster all along if you're standing in the queue or if you're queuing. That's pretty cool. And it should be coming just now into the last break. There it is. And I personally like it if I'm standing in the queue line to watch the coaster go along. So yeah, that's always something to look at. And you don't need to have a super themed area in the theme park if you can watch at the coaster. So that's pretty cool. I also like the station right there. I don't know. Yeah, we cannot go past that. That's a bit bad. So let's just go here. Yeah, we'll come out the station. The idea was to make some photos, have a little photo booth. I don't know why this coaster has one and the other coasters don't. Yeah, it's a bit stupid, but yeah. I actually had some pictures of the guests right there. And that's our station from the other side, which also looks quite cool at night. I will show you that because I like the lighting of these lanterns right there. It looks pretty cool. Yeah. As well as the whole area looks pretty decent at night. So yeah. Let's just switch back to daylight. And we'll just continue our park tour. So that was pretty much it for our Mexican area. That's our smallest area, definitely, especially if we look at the rides, because we only have 2 rides. This one here is a pretty big bridge, actually, where you can watch the dive coaster going down. We do also have a little camera system right there, which makes some photos of our guests. So yeah. And of course, you can see the other side as well, which is also quite a cool look at the buildings right there. And our dive coaster, yeah. I do like this area. I mean, the Mexican area is not super special, but I do like it with the little plaza and everything. It's pretty awesome actually, and you can see the drop tower. So yeah, you do have some epic views all around the park, as you can see. That's pretty cool. And yeah, let's continue to our unseen area. You guys are going to be the first ones to see the area because I did not include this one in our cinematic park tour because it's completely unfinished. You can see it right here. There's an open space on the right side, but we'll ignore that. We'll just look at the left side, and there are multi-launch coaster goers, which looks awesome. Yeah. This is where trains would have driven through that area. So they came all along from Paris and the Orient, and they would just have finished their tour in this area. So that would have been the last stop for our train ride. So right there, we do also have a little platform where you cannot watch because I'm too small. Our launch, which we'll look at right now because it should go in a few seconds actually, or not. And yeah, the idea was to build like a little fantasy area, and yeah, it's stays a little bit, and it should go just now. There it goes. Yeah, so that's pretty cool to watch at the launch area. Yeah, the second train comes right away. So it stays way too long in the launch bay. It also has a little pre-show, which I will show you in a few seconds, which only works at night. Don't expect something super complicated or anything, it's just a little light show. And obviously the area does not have any safety nets. The ride has some custom supports, but I did not plan them out completely. These supports here are not custom, they're standard supports, as you can see. And the 0G roll or 0G stall right there is pretty cool. It's pretty decent, going all over the area without any safety nets. So yeah, it's pretty dangerous to be around there. We do have some fantasy buildings, another unfinished building, which was originally planned to be the station. But yeah, that's the area that is finished right there. And I think that one is a custom support. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, it has to be. Yeah, so you can watch our guests going through the 0G and all the way through the whole park and through the whole area actually. And there it comes. Let's look at it. It's pretty epic. Yeah, that's cool. And another launch going on right there. So yeah, it's our station building, which is pretty high up. It looks pretty cool to be underneath the station building. I quite like it. And it's also pretty simple. I did not want to build some overcomplicated buildings in this park because, I mean, obviously the first thing it would have been pretty time consuming, and the second thing is as well the performance. I mean, you can see how long the autosaves take, and yeah, trust me, it takes like 5 minutes to load the park, even though it's not that big. But yeah. We do have a little carousel right there, which fits in perfectly. I think I love the carousel right there, but no guests are riding it, sadly. But I really love this little carousel in this area. It's just cool, and it was the idea to build like, yeah, little fairy tale thing with all the lighting and yeah, the stuff going on right there. So our entrance for a multi-launch coaster is here. I will not show you the queue line because it's not themed at all. You can see this little building right there, and that's it. That's everything. Right there, our coaster goes into the brake section before it goes into the station. I will show you the station, of course. And we'll just go through the exit. And that one is looking pretty decent, actually, especially at night. Let's switch to night again. And that's our station at night. It looks beautiful. I mean, look at these lights, but they're pretty cool pieces from Planet Coaster. And there it goes. So it's like, yeah, it's looking pretty enchanted. And it has, I think, I'm not quite sure, I think 4 trains are going onto the ride. So it has pretty high capacity. The next one should be coming in a few seconds. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, it looks pretty beautiful. I'm not super happy with the colors of the coaster. I mean, the black of the track is okay. I like it, and a black coaster always looks great. So yeah. So as you can see right here as well, and I told you that like several times, the plan was not to make a super realistic park, and it is not super realistic. The coasters don't look super realistic, and the layouts are not smooth. I mean, I did not do anything with the 4-meter method right there. So yeah, it was just a fun project, and I really enjoyed building it. Sadly, I was not able to complete it, but yeah, it's quite a cool park. And we do have a little bridge right here, over our, I think it's the third launch, I'm not quite sure. There's also our maintenance building for our coaster. But yeah, that's also not themed out inside. And this right here would have been our way to the next themed area. But yeah, who knows what it would have been. I never built it, so that's it for our park. I will provide you the POV of our multi-launch coaster as well, right there. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed our tour. I mean, we're at 35 minutes right now. You can see there's a lot to show you actually, and our last video was just 8 minutes long, but you saw pretty much everything. So yeah, now I showed you like all the areas, and there our coaster comes again into this 0G. That looks pretty awesome. That looks cool. So yeah, that's it for our park series. That's it probably as well for Planet Coaster 1. I don't think that another video is coming out with Planet Coaster 1 before Planet Coaster 2 comes out. But who knows, maybe we'll just make another one. So that's it. I'm super hyped for Planet Coaster 2. Planet Coaster 2 also was the reason to come back to YouTube actually for me. And I really hope you enjoyed the video. Just let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'll be happy to read anything. If it's criticism, that's fine at all. I know the park is not perfect, and there's another train coming. You can see there are a lot of trains on this track. So yeah, as I've told you, let me know in the comments. Leave a like. I would really be happy to read your comments, and I will reply to them as well, of course. So thank you for watching today, guys, and let's see what Planet Coaster 2 brings. And we'll see each other when Planet Coaster 2 comes out. Thank you very much for tuning in, and have a great day.